all successful people, I guarantee you all of them, they're broken. To some capacity, they are broken. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, Mercer Nation. This is episode 1. We are doing something new. I decided to call this the Mercer method. Screw it. We're just going to go right into it. We're just going to go right into it. Yesterday, I was watching The Last Dance on Netflix, which, if you don't know, is kind of the last year of the Chicago Bulls. With Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all those guys that were 5-time NBA champions. And it was kind of their last season. And I was watching the documentary just to watch. Because not only was it all over social media when it came out, it was all over, it was on Joe Rogan when he talked to Kevin Hart. He said, you gotta watch it. And the moment I began to watch, I realized that this story doesn't just go, it isn't as shallow as an NBA team, or it isn't as shallow as, just a group of really talented people working together to accomplish a goal. It is, but it's deeper than that. And one of the things I pulled from episode 2 was all successful people, I guarantee you all of them, they're broken. To some capacity, they are broken. Michael Jordan, when he was young, he got good at basketball because he was trying to achieve his father's attention. He was fighting his competitive older brother for his dad's attention, trying to work hard, trying to impress his father at every moment that he could. And it got me thinking that not only is the great Michael Jordan broken, I assume all successful people are the exact same way. There's something in their past that led them to where they are now. Whether that's a circumstance, striving for your parents' attention, if you didn't get enough attention when you were young. A lot of those get brushed under the rug. They don't really care, right? They care about your achievement. So Michael Jordan was the all-time greatest basketball player. Of course, that's up for debate. But he is. He's the icon, right? But he never saw himself as an icon. He saw him as that little boy trying to achieve his father's love. And I think that's where we get in our daily lives thrown off, because not only do people just see the achievements, they don't look any deeper than that. And so when you don't go deeper than just what you've accomplished, you're not going to see any of the negative. It's only going to be the positive. And the positive that's like 10% of what that person is, that the being, what created them, what made them who they are. So the moment we stop being less shallow and understand that nobody's perfect, people are broken, but that doesn't make you ineffective. Your success comes from hitting that point of failure, that point of inadequacy, that point of I'm not good enough, I'm not going to be anybody. And when you step over that line, whether it's, I finally beat my brother at basketball, maybe dad will pay attention to me. Little things like that. When you step over that line, you fully understand how great you can be. And I believe 120% without a doubt that the moment that you put your mind to it and you understand that just because you might have had some stuff in your past, some inadequacies, some insecurities, some stuff that you just don't think you can cope with, the moment you walk over that line, all of that goes away. not only, and let me rephrase, not only does it go away, it transforms itself into something entirely different. But I don't know, it just hit me. It was just it was my perfect flip of the script. It was that not only is the great successful being that is Michael Jordan, he isn't a perfect guy. Like, all of that was formed from stuff that happened to him. But it's the way that he handled it, the way that he crossed over and developed from it, whether he knew it consciously or not, that turned him into the greatest basketball player of all time. So the thing I want to leave you with is that if you feel broken, if you feel inadequate, if you feel insecure, so does every successful person. Everybody else feels the exact same way. There's no getting away from it, unfortunately. But I think that's also part of God's design. Because those inadequacies, all the things that you're afraid of, the insecurity, all of that stuff, all of that, if you use it properly, can transform your life and you as a person into ways you would never have imagined. But the key that I wanted to stress today was that you have to step over the line. You have to be willing to accept the things you can't control and pray for the things you can. Something like that. I butchered that. I know I did. But once you come to terms with that and you just keep moving, basically, you just keep moving forward, then I believe you could transform your life. And that's the thing I wanted to stress today, that everybody sees an image of someone, and more than likely you're not getting the whole picture. Whether that's someone who's in the mainstream media, someone who's a great athlete, someone who's an extreme businessman, there's something in there, just like you and me, that is broken, that is busted, that they had to overcome, something that was deep down that they had to overcome and push forward with. So be encouraged today that if you don't have all the pieces, if you don't have everything together, that doesn't mean you can't be somebody. It means you have all the pieces you need, put them together, and make something of yourself. Because I believe you can. That's how we're going to end that. Because there's no better way to end that, to be honest. That's it. Every Friday, me and my buddy Wayne, we do a podcast called the Gently Buzz Podcast. We have some guests on. We talk about some topics that may be out there. Are they UFOs? Are they zombies? Are they COVID-19? Last week we had an epidemiologist, Dr. Cameron Carlson, on the show. We have a lot of guests that have contributed a lot to our show, and I'm extremely excited because they've contributed a lot to my life. And the knowledge that they share is something that, we're just practical people. We're regular practical people. But we still can have a conversation. And I love that about the show. So that's every Friday, Gently Buzz Podcast. Check it out. I'll see you on number 2.